Hello, everyone. Welcome to ThreadTalk. This is going to be our third episode, and we're pretty excited for it. The theme of this episode is going to be crazy Las Vegas stories. And if you want to know why, it's because we just recently went to Las Vegas. It was my it was my 30th birthday. Teresa surprised me on Christmas morning with a 3-day Las Vegas trip.
3-night.
4 days. She'd been planning it all year to surprise me for my 30th birthday. So hats off to Teresa. Thank you very much.
Woohoo.
It was an amazing trip.
His sisters ended up coming. Well, Kat came.
My sisters did.
Nice.
They planned for both my sisters to come, but then one of them couldn't. So it was just one sister and her husband. So it was a good surprise trip with double surprise, I guess, with my sister showing up.
One.
So I thought for the third episode, we should talk about Las Vegas stories because it was pretty epic while we were there. And we could definitely see some crazy stories coming out of Las Vegas. I mean, you got gambling, there's escorts. There's, I don't even know.
Strippers,
shows.
The whole 9 yards.
So we're going to get into it. Teresa's got some good stories for us today. So she'll start us off. She's going to go ahead with her first story.
All right. Sounds good. My first story is from TIFU. Today I fucked up. Title reads, Today I fucked up by thinking my boyfriend brought condoms to our Las Vegas vacation together and refusing to talk to him for a day because of it. My boyfriend and I are in Las Vegas for our first ever vacation together. Today was the third day and we were returning to our room. My boyfriend goes to take his wallet out of his pocket to get the hotel key card and a small black square packet that looks exactly like a condom falls out. My heart immediately sinks because my boyfriend and I have never used condoms, so this is clearly not meant for me. My boyfriend immediately grabs it and shoves it in his pocket, then continues to open the door, obviously hoping I didn't notice what just fell out. I asked him what that was and his face immediately gets bright red and he starts acting extremely nervous, which I've never seen him do before. At this point, I am so flustered and angry that I leave the room while I hear him calling my name behind me. I went down to the pool for a few hours ignoring his phone calls and I don't know what I'm going to do. I spend all day just trying to distract myself with random things to do around Vegas. When I get back to the hotel, he tells me he's sorry, but he doesn't understand why I was so angry over it. I tell him because of course I'm angry about it, because clearly that condom wasn't for us. So what the fuck was he going to use it for? When I said this, he gets a puzzled look, then immediately goes to his suitcase and grabs a bunch of these tiny black packages like the one I saw fell out of his pocket. I take one and look at it. They are individually packaged butt wipes, not condoms. He said he's been having really bad diarrhea the last couple of days and snuck off to buy these at one of the convenience stores in the hotel, but got really embarrassed in the moment when it fell out. I ignored him for a whole day on our vacation because he wanted a clean butt. I apologized and it ended up being hilarious to us.
Oh my God. The poor guy. Bro, he just got shredded.
Well, what are you supposed to think?
I know a little explanation would be that, but I can see that's something that you want to keep secret. That's something that you don't really want to talk about. It's a little embarrassing. Who knows how long they've been dating for? They could be within like their first couple of years. Like that's something that you don't.
Yeah, it's their first vacation together. So
yeah, I mean, even if they've been dating for a long time, some people they're not comfortable with that. They try to hide that stuff and everything like that.
We're comfortable.
Yeah. You're comfortable. I would also be keeping that a secret if I was him. I think we'd be in. I could see us getting the exact same situation.
Absolutely not. You would tell me.
I don't know. I know you would tell me. I don't know if I would tell you because that's a little embarrassing. So
I think she did overreact a little bit by ignoring him.
Yeah, but
she should have confronted. Like if it were us, I would have confronted you right away and been like, what is that?
Yeah, I guess you would have.
I wouldn't have just ignored you for the whole day and been like thinking that you had condoms in your pocket.
That's true.
Yeah, just a little bit of communication.
Just communication. Yeah, they'll get there. Is there any updates on that or anything?
No updates. Top comment is, this is why people say the most important thing in relationships is communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one. Get a little bit of a soft intro here into Las Vegas with mine. All right, so this one is from 2 months ago from Fun Monitor 5261. This one had about 3,000 upvotes, so it's a pretty decent story. Spent over $600 to see my husband's family and got flaked on twice. My husband's family keeps bugging us to come to Vegas so that we can hang out. Every time we see his family at a gathering, we get along incredibly well, so we take the 8-hour road trip. Keep in mind, we know how busy his family is, and we have tried to accommodate them at every turn before coming out. This includes letting them pick the weekend we came, letting them pick the time, the restaurant, and us paying for a hotel since they never offered up their home. It's too small for a family that lives there now. The entire trip was planned in order to see his family, and we thought we had made this pretty clear. So the day comes, we start on our road trip. On the drive out, we're in close communication and let his family know where we're at. That night, we planned to meet up for the dinner. We waited until 7 so that one family member, we'll call her M, could get off work. We definitely thought everything was going well until we started receiving some bullshit excuses like how the mom and dad wanted to stay in to decorate for Christmas, how M had already passed out in her bed, and how they didn't have a free car to go to dinner. We offered to pick them up, and they passed on it. We asked if we could visit their home for a few minutes, and they said yes. We ended up coming over and visiting for a few hours because his aunts loved to talk. For them to say, let's do dinner tomorrow. The next night, we all agreed to try to do the dinner again. Again, they named a place and a time. We are keeping in the heart of Las Vegas as not to drive across town where they live. About 30 minutes before we're supposed to meet, they tell us that they're not feeling it and they're going to go home and go to bed. WTF. The next day we drive home defeated, sad, and feeling like we wasted our time there on plans that were going to be canceled last minute anyway. So my husband and I spent over $600 on food, boarding, and etc. I even spent some of my non-existent PTO time. We're both so angry but hesitant saying anything to his family.
I would be pissed.
Yeah, I mean...
And I would say something.
Yeah, this one's in the true off my chest category, but like... These people are assholes.
Yeah, his family.
Whole family is assholes.
The family's
like,
asshole.
Bro, they literally drove 8 hours. That's all day.
It seems like there was a miscommunication,
trip.
though. I don't know.
Seems like she's trying to say they communicated a lot. Seems like they were in a lot of communication. They were in close communication to let them know where his family was at.
Yeah.
A lot of communication.
I think they should say something to their family. Is it her family or his family?
His family.
His family. I think he should say something to his family and just kind of let it be known that, yeah, they did make the trip for them. And if they want us to come back and visit, next time things need to be different. Yeah. They have to plan ahead and they have to stick to their plans and not cancel last minute because otherwise they won't make the trip back. Or in the future, maybe they can make a trip to go see them wherever they are. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like husband loves his family and wants to visit. Mm-hmm. Sounds like his family is not the nicest family and could maybe be a bit more compassionate. I think they'll just reconsider trying to hang out with them in the future and they're going to have less communication in the future. There was an update. They drafted a text up and sent it over, and everything. The family basically came back and said that whoever that was not quite having a good time with their ex-boyfriend. They're going through some stuff. And I'm like, okay, but at the end of the day, like, you don't make plans for dinner.
Yeah.
And then cancel last minute. And then do the exact same thing 2 nights in a row.
2 nights in a row.
Like, you need to understand that your family spent money, drove 8 hours to come see you. Yeah, you're not feeling the best because of your ex-boyfriend or whatever, but you got to suck it up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, I get stuff happens. Like, maybe, like, for one night, like, that's fine to cancel. But 2 nights in a row for the same reason, or just saying, like, you're going to bed, like, you're not really feeling the dinner, like, it's not nice. You're, like, your family, your family has made the 8-hour trip. Just suck it up for a couple of hours. Exactly. That's my opinion.
Yep, I agree.
Or just have them over, like, instead of going out for dinner, like, if the sister doesn't want to go out for dinner because I don't know if she's, like, not in a great mood, if she's crying or whatever, just have them over your own place. Like, that's fine if you cancel the dinner, but have an alternative backup and say, oh, maybe we'll just have, like, a wine night in.
Yeah, don't leave them off by themselves.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's not nice.
Nope, not nice.
All right, moving on?
Yes.
Okay, this one's also from Today I Fucked Up. Today I fucked up by accidentally picking up a prostitute. I decided to take an impromptu trip to Las Vegas, booked the hotel last minute, and showed up around 12 a.m. Just wanted something to do for the weekend instead of just sitting around doing nothing all day. After drinking, I decided to pull some money out of the ATM and go looking for a roulette table. I'm not one to gamble much, so I only took out a couple $100 and found tables with minimum $50 bets. Not wanting to lose my money in 5 minutes, I thought, why not go looking for a different table? I took a walk, and while passing some slot machines, I saw some girl looking and smiling at me. I looked away and then turned back, and she was still looking at me. She waved and called me over, and we started talking. She basically gave some fun story about her mom. Sorry, not some fun story. She basically gave some story about her mom in bad health, and she was just looking to go out and drink and have some fun. Then she leaned forward and grabbed my groin in the middle of the casino floor. After missing several red flags, I thought to myself, I haven't been laid in a minute. Fuck it. I'll have a one-night stand if she's down to fuck. So off we go to my room. We get to my room and I say, so you're not just looking for a place to stay for the night, right? And she says, no, I live here. I'm just looking to have fun. I thought you said you've been to Vegas before. I tell her yes, but maybe not the real Vegas. After a short pause and a confused look, she says, I'm working. After another short pause, she says, sorry, I thought you knew. I was surprised, but more so with the fact that it wasn't that obvious. I've been in a weird situation before where two girls at a bar decided to dance with me and pick me up, so I just thought this was going to be some crazy out of the blue hookup. She tells me that she'll need at least $10 since I basically just cost her money. Awesome thing about taking out hundreds in Vegas is now that I have only $100 bills. I wanted to make a joke about asking for change, but I just gave her 100 and said, sorry for wasting your time. All I could think of was a joke about possibly paying for an STD instead of just having a one-night stand and it being free. My friends asked me at that point why I didn't just go through with it. I gave it a thought, but paying for it would not have been worth it. I laid in bed for an hour after that. After not being able to sleep with my last 100, I took it to the roulette and lost in 5 minutes. I then drove home at 4 a.m.
Jeez, poor guy.
Okay, but also, who just makes one night of it? Like,
Bro,
how far is he?
Okay, but like, which person would ever grab someone's crotch within like 30 seconds of meeting them, and then for you not to think that they're
honestly, no.
At least he admits that he
this
missed the red flags.
I think I would miss it too.
I don't think I would.
Like, I think some girls are just flirty and maybe just they're out there. They're drunk and frisky.
Okay, maybe.
I think it should, like, I don't know. I think it should be like told up front. Like, I don't know how it works, but I think it should be presented.
Pretty aggressive, and I think he just missed the red flags.
I think I would have missed it, honestly, if I was a man. But yeah, poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy.
All right, moving along.
Yep. All right, so this one comes from the Vegas subreddit. It's got 1,300 upvotes, so it should be pretty decent. Story of winning $200K. I see stories in this subreddit of gambling trips, getting upvotes, and I figured I'd share mine from last year. I'm a craps player. Craps?
Craps.
I'm a craps player, and I just played max odds bets. Like, only that. When things got hot, I added a come bet with additional max odds. Table was hot. I went from 10K to 200K in over a few hours.
Wow.
Was good at the Cosmo. Vibes were immaculate. Once I started popping off, I was able to ask the servers for good cocktails from the actual cocktail bar. I got drunk for sure during the experience. Had instant service from the servers, as you can imagine. Dealers were very friendly. I walked when I asked the pit boss if walking was a good idea, and he said, holy shit, yes. I arranged a security escort to the cage where they wrote a check rather than do cash.
Mm-hmm.
I got a host afterwards, and he comped my room and everything else. Been kind of begging me to return since. I know I was fortunate just sharing the story for the sub to provide a little content.
Wow.
Damn.
That is lucky. Can you imagine?
I see a lot of people, I don't have no idea how to play that game, but I see a lot of people on these forums and everything being like, how do you get the comped rooms? How do you get all that stuff? Yeah, that's the kind of money where you can. But he started with like 10 grand.
10K is a lot of money.
So he's already willing to give up 10K. So I'm sure like winning 200,000 is cool for him. It's not life-changing.
That's true.
It's a cool experience. It's fun for him. Someone who's starting with 10K to gamble with, either you're making really bad life decisions with your money, or you're so financially set that 10K is pocket money.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I have an understanding that 10K would be really bad decisions to be willing to gamble that much money for my current situation. But everybody's situation is different, and some people have a lot of money. Like, I remember I was at the casino. It wasn't Vegas, but it was another casino, and this lady came up to the roulette table and just threw down 5,000 like it was nothing. She hit, and then she like tripled that. I watched this lady win $50,000 within like 10 minutes, and she looked bored. She looked bored. Somebody was like, "Aren't you excited?" Because she had this bored expression. I was silent, not saying anything. I was just observing. Someone was like, "Aren't you excited?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my husband. He's in a conference or whatever. I'm just, keeping myself busy." Like,
wow.
It always makes me wonder. It's like you see people winning big, but it's like, how much money have they lost?
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, the house always wins. There's a reason casinos are a thing, because, they're making money for sure.
Exactly.
One thing that I don't think we're going to read here on any of our forums or anything, but something that we experienced in person is, if you're a non-smoker, Vegas sucks.
Yep.
Like, Vegas is cool and it's a lot of stuff. I guess Vegas doesn't suck. The casinos suck. If you do not smoke, it's not even a fun time in the casinos unless you are wasted. If you are not drunk and you are just a sober person and you go through the casino, there is smoking anywhere in the casinos. The whole place smells like smoke. Feels like your lungs are getting burnt. You could be sitting playing slots or sitting at the blackjack table, and someone will just start smoking right beside you.
I hated it. I hated every second of it. There's only one casino on the whole strip, Park MGM, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
That is smoke free. Everyone else, it's smoking, and it just kind of ruined the experience for me, because I was deterred from wanting to play slots.
Yeah, we were trying to play slots near the front door so that there was most fresh air near Gordon's Burgers. We stayed at Planet Hollywood, and it seems like everything is close, but everything is far away.
Everything
like
is
we
so
tried to
far away.
cross the street to the Aria. I guess it was like the diagonal across the street, so you had to like go over the bridges twice, and everything is so far away. It looks close on the map, but it's like a 30-minute walk. You're like, I can see it. It's right there. And it takes you 20 to 30 minutes to get there. The crowds are massive on the streets, so it slows you down.
We also went right before New Year's.
We did go right before New Year's.
Right before New Year's. So I think it was a lot busier than it normally is. But I assume that it is pretty busy throughout the year. But
yeah, we'll get into a little bit more of our experience of Las Vegas and what we think near the end of this episode of on the podcast. We'll get more back into the stories, and then near the end, we'll talk about our experience in Las Vegas.
All right, sounds good. My next story is from AITAH. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for being mad at my fiance after she banned strippers at my bachelor party? I, male 29, and my fiance Ava, female 28, are planning a wedding. Ava put down a boundary that there would be no strippers and no strip clubs at my bachelor party or at her bachelorette party. I'm not the kind of guy to visit strip clubs. I don't see the point. Ava said that she couldn't take the chance and that I would cheat on her with a stripper and marry them. I was offended because I have never once even thought about cheating. She was accusing me of being a potential cheater with no proof. Ava defended herself because a friend, Clara, had strippers at her bachelorette party as she left her fiancé for one of them. So it could happen. I had met Clara and her husband and kids, and they had seemed happy and in love. I said that her story means, 1, that Ava's more likely to cheat, and 2, that wouldn't happen because I wouldn't take Ava back if she did not cheat on me with a stripper. If she did cheat on me with a stripper. Ava threw a fit and said that no strippers meant no strippers. I was furious because she was accusing me of being a potential cheater with no evidence. She said that I had no reason to be upset. Edit, I don't drink. I wouldn't have had strippers in the first place. I'm upset because she said that she didn't want strippers because she thought I could cheat on her and marry a stripper.
Whoa, that's a leap. That's a leap. I mean, if you're someone... Sorry.
You go ahead, sir.
If you're someone who is going to do that, like, your life is going to be a wreck. You think marrying a Las Vegas stripper is going to make your life better? You are in for a rude awakening. Like, you built trust in a relationship and you're just going to flush that down the drain with a stripper? Who the frig would do that?
Well, okay, so I agree with the no strippers thing. I get where she's coming from, but I also, I think she is kind of just jumping to conclusions. Like, she doesn't trust her partner she thinks that if you have strippers, it's fine not to have your fiance to have strippers at their bachelor or bachelorette
I
party.
think it's fine to not want your significant other to have strippers because I feel like strippers are just a bit disrespectful. Like it's
Agreed.
a fun bachelor theme, sure, but is it a respectful theme which could be avoided? Sure.
I think people like you could want them and you don't have to want them. Like that's fine. Either way, it's fine. I think the issue here is that
You don't trust.
she doesn't trust her partner. She's saying you will cheat on me.
Yep.
Because someone else has been cheated on before with the stripper.
Yep. And to me, like I always find, well, not always find, but I've had an experience in my past where people project what their insecurities are. A lot of times, what you'll find out is people who are really aggressively manipulative and they think their spouse is going to cheat on them all the time is because they're afraid, because they know that they have cheated in the past and they are worried that their significant other will do what they have done, and then they project that and they're extremely aggressive about are you cheating on me, let me see your phone, I don't want you going out because I think you're going to cheat on me, because they know when they go out they cheat. So that could be the situation here, could not be the situation here, who knows.
Yeah, but probably not. I
Could
think it's just
be
like
from
an
the friends
insecurity.
and the insecurity from that. But I mean, you don't need strippers at your bachelor party to have a good time.
Yes,
But,
I agree.
But yeah, I mean, I would be hurt here because it comes down to the trust. It seems like she doesn't trust him. Seems like they have some foundational flaws in their marriage there for sure.
So is he the asshole for being mad at her?
I think he would be the asshole if he's being mad at her because he just really wants strippers and she doesn't want strippers.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he's mad at her because he sees that she doesn't trust him, and that's the bigger issue. I don't think he's the asshole,
Yeah.
but I think that's about perspective.
Yep, I fully agree. There's actually no overall vote on this. For some reason, I'm not sure why. But the top comment is, I broke up with my fiance when he told me that his idea of a bachelor party was getting the best blowjob ever from a stripper. He saw absolutely nothing wrong with this and didn't understand why it was a deal breaker for me.
Huh. Huh. That comment got more upvotes than the post.
Yeah, it did, actually.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, oral sex is still cheating. I mean...
Honestly, flirting is cheating to me.
Right?
Like... I mean, I guess, like, why put yourself in a situation where there could be cheating? Like, I agree, no strippers. I don't like any of that. But I think the issue here is that she thinks he's going to cheat on her. Mm-hmm. Like, he could cheat with anybody, not just a stripper.
Doesn't need to be a stripper.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's going to Las Vegas, like...
It just sounds like she doesn't trust him.
Yeah, I think they have some fundamental trust issues in their relationship.
Yeah. Someone else said, breaking up is easy, divorce is hard. Breaking up is cheap, divorce, not so much. So,
yep.
Yeah, there's some red flags, but all right.
All right.
Want to move along?
I also have one from Am I the Asshole? This one was from 1 month ago. Imaginary_king 6380. It's a little bit of a small story. Didn't get too much attention here on Reddit, but I kind of liked it. It's kind of do with social media nowadays. Give me a second. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to take something off her Instagram story? My girlfriend and I have been dating for 11 months now. My girlfriend and I are both from Las Vegas. Recently, she took a trip to Las Vegas with her cousin to see a concert. While they were in Vegas, she posted a photo of herself flashing her tits to the street from their hotel room with a caption, acting feral. My girlfriend and I have always agreed on what is wrong to do and what is right in our relationship. For example, she is bi, but I have said if she is ever kissing someone, man or woman, that is cheating, and she agrees. So this photo of herself on her story made me uncomfortable. I wouldn't flash my body parts to walking by strangers from a hotel room because I have a girlfriend. I don't want to receive unwanted attention. I feel like the fact that she posted this on her Instagram story with the tag acting feral also implies some not fun things to her Instagram friends and followers. Anyways, I'll put our text conversation here. I said, hey, do you think you could take down this photo? I feel a little uncomfortable with the implications here, knowing that you're wanting other people to see you outside the window. It's just a matching story with Sydney, her cousin. No one could see me. I understand. I'm just not comfortable with it. Could you please take it down? I think it's a little too possessive. I understand, and you don't have to agree, but would you please do it because it makes me uncomfortable? No one saw anything. We're so high up, genuinely no one would be able to see it. I know, that makes sense, but still, the post makes me uncomfortable. I can call you and explain why if that helps. It's just meant to be funny, and now I feel like my fun night has been tainted. I'm not trying to ruin your night. I'm sorry. I understand it's meant to be funny, but I just didn't find it funny, and it made me a little uncomfortable. Would you take it down for me? No, I don't want to take it down. That makes me sad. We don't have to agree, but I wish you would understand me and take it down. And that's the conversation. To which she hasn't texted me back now. The story is still up. I really just don't want people seeing my girlfriend's tits and seeing the story thinking they can get with my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. It just feels like she wants the attention from others. Whether they are outside the window or on her Instagram DMs, I don't know. I know it was matching with her cousin too, who also has a boyfriend, by the way. And she was definitely drunk and in Vegas, so I get it. But I think she should have understood me as her boyfriend didn't want it up. I would only do the same if my girlfriend asked me to do something because she was uncomfortable. Any advice?
So I think there could be two different views from this. So I think there's one view where, you know, your boyfriend is uncomfortable with it. He's asking you politely. He's communicating with you that he's uncomfortable with it. Can you please take it down? I think that should be respected. Exactly.
It's all about communication, respect in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Now, if that's your idea of fun, I mean, it's kind of harmless fun. You're up very high in a hotel room. Everybody loves boobs. Flashing boobs has been a big thing. It's not really a big thing anymore with social media, but I remember growing up, like, I don't know, it seemed to be a big thing before everything was captured. To flash somebody for fun, it seemed to be a thing, like in movies and stuff like that. I don't know. But now with social media, with everything capturing and everything like that, but like, yeah, I could see the fun side of it, and I could see like it kind of being harmless and stuff like that. Like you know, do you need to post it on social media? I feel like if you are posting on social media, you kind of want the attention, and this dude's not down for that, and that's totally fair to him. She's down for it. That's totally fair to her. Doesn't seem like they are compatible with it. It comes down to, I think, mutual respect. Mm-hmm. If he is not wanting that, okay, he said his piece, makes him uncomfortable. She doesn't want to take it down. He has a decision to make. Is this someone he wants to continue dating? Because there's going to be other situations like this in the first place. There's nothing wrong with her for wanting to do that. You want to have fun with alcohol, that's cool. But if you have a boyfriend and he finds it uncomfortable, it's fair for him to ask that. Maybe you guys aren't in the right relationship.
Exactly. So there's the other point of view where she doesn't want to be told what to do. She doesn't want to have this possessive boyfriend who's kind of controlling what she posts or what she doesn't post or what she does or what she doesn't do, which could be like her argument. But yeah, I totally agree that they might just not be compatible. They have different ideas of boundaries and respect for each other. So yeah, I think like no one is the asshole. No one's in the wrong here, I don't think. I just think that they're not really compatible with each other.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely not the asshole. The only one bridging on am I the asshole would be her, just because she's in that relationship. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe it's so close. This is the defining moment where she realizes she needs to break up with him and stuff like that. But if you want to be in that relationship and you don't want to take it down, then yeah, you're kind of the asshole because you're not respecting your partner.
Yeah, I agree.
But it doesn't make her the instant big asshole. More seems like they're not compatible. Top comment, you try to set a boundary. She threw a fit about it. Find another girlfriend ASAP, not the asshole. Asking your girlfriend not to post her tits on social media isn't a huge ask unless it happens to be her career. Mm-hmm. Yep. I am.
Any other comments?
No good ones.
Okay. I will move along to another. Today I fucked up. Today I fucked up by spending over $1,600 on condoms in Las Vegas. Context. This happened about 3 years ago. My family and I went to Las Vegas a few years ago. We had planned a Saturday to Saturday vacation at insert fancy LV casino/resort name. We had a pretty awesome suite. I was 14 at the time and was smack in the middle of the time in your life when you are very sexually curious. We had arrived in our room on Saturday at around 15:45, so I think that's 3:45. And me being 14, this hotel suite was like a penthouse and a mansion combined. I had my own bedroom separated from my family, adjoining room. I looked around and I found the snacks and special amenities tray. This was one of those fancy if you pick something up from the tray and you are charged type of thing. So me having a big brain goes directly to the snack tray. I then saw the love and sex kit. I, for some reason, thought it might be a good idea to pick it up and try to open it. I was not the brightest tool in the shed when I was 14. The kit was in a fancy hard to open box with a strong string like material that was wrapped around it and like a one classic wrapped present. I failed to open the love and sex kit, so I say fuck it and drop it right back in its place. Later that night, I try to open it again. I succeed this time. I have my fun. The next day, I repeat my sexual fantasy endeavors. Around the third day, I began using the kit that was in my room and used the one in my parents' room. I was a very sneaky motherfucker back in my early teens. On day four, I swear the staff must think my parents are going to a sex marathon because they leave 2 kits in my room and 2 kits in my parents' room. Lo and behold, I use all 4. On the next night, I use the next 4 and the next 4, so on until the end of the trip. A week after the trip, I am just downstairs minding my own shit when I hear from downstairs, "What the fuck? Get your ass down here." I, who have now forgotten about my sex crusade a week earlier, goes downstairs to see both my parents holding up the Vegas vacation bill with a highlighted $1,600 other amenities. I am then interrogated for the next 20 minutes or so. I at this point realize I am fucked, own up, and admit that I used a shit ton of love and sex kits. My parents expected me to pay them back, and I finally have, after 3 years, paid off my crusade.
Oh my god.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's freaking hilarious. Parents are like, what the heck is this?
So I actually just found out that like you can pick up bottles or snacks or whatever in Vegas hotels and get charged. We just found this out from Kat, from your sister.
Yeah, well, I knew that was a thing. Like if there's anything in your hotel room and you use it, you get paid for it. But there was nothing in our hotel room at Planet Hollywood.
No.
I was hoping for some water, and there was literally nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What exactly is in a love and sex kit? Is it just condoms?
I think it's just condoms.
Like, wait, $1,600 for condoms? Like, what?
Well, he used a lot of them. Like, he picked up, put it down, picked up, put it down. So I think he got charged multiple times. And then they didn't notice until after they left, so they couldn't really fight it. I think is what's happening here. But
like, don't you always know what your hotel bill is while you're checking out? Maybe they did express checkout.
Maybe. Who knows?
I was back when he was 14, so maybe technology wasn't the same.
So top comment. Father, still seething an hour later. I just don't understand. Mother, it's fine, dear. He'll pay us back. He's just a boy. Father, it's not the money. Why the hell is my son jerking with a condom on?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
The next comment replies, "It's a posh wank." I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
That's some British term, I assume.
Yeah, I guess so. Jeez.
The next comment, can't he just rinse and reuse these things like I do?
Maybe he was just playing with them and making them into like balloons.
Totally.
Water balloons.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just bumped my head.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right, my turn?
Yes.
Okay. This one is coming from Am I the Asshole? It was posted 5 months ago. Username _redacted. Escort in Las Vegas claims I impregnated her. Am I the asshole? I, 27 male, from Iowa, 5'8", 260-ish pounds. Manager at a quick service oil shop. Not very well endowed. And my buddies, all 7 from Idaho, go Hawkeyes, were in Las Vegas a few weeks ago for my frat brother's bachelor party. He doesn't know that I know that his fiancée Zoe fucked Jared while we were in college, so was worried about that coming out and starting a fight at the blackjack table. That worked out okay, though. We stayed at the Flamingo. Got drunk the first night there playing video poker at the center bar. This very fine woman, guessing late 20s, 36 DDD boobs, sits down next to me and touches my shoulder. Instant chubby. Anyways, I remember us chatting, and the next thing you know, we're doing it doggy style in my room. My roommate was so wasted he slept through it, even though we were sharing a king bed.
Oh my God.
What? She's gone when I wake up, but there's a Venmo transaction to a random number for $550 with the message, kissy lips, eggplant, and pointing finger. I'm hungover as fuck, but I can tell the random number, but I can call the random number and the woman from the night before. I ask her if she wants to meet up tonight, and she says sure for another $550. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait, you're a hooker? And she says, come on, body. Why would I fuck your fat, ugly, small penis ass for free? And admittedly, she has a point. So I sulked in my room for the rest of the trip while my friends had the time of their lives. Fast forward 3 days later, I'm back home and she sends me a Venmo request for $1,000 with a note. Child support. I'm pregnant, bitch. I haven't paid her yet, but am I the asshole if I don't? My super religious family will disown me if they find out I have a child out of wedlock with a prostitute. Help.
3 days later?
3 days later?
No, that's a scam, bro.
Scam. That's a scam.
Don't pay her. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Literally.
What a shit show.
That's embarrassing.
Okay, also, what was the point of talking about the fiance cheating?
I don't know. I just read the story. I don't know why he would bring that up.
Why was that relevant at all?
It wasn't relevant. It wasn't relevant at all. Oh, man. Bro, he's lucky she only took $550. That seems cheap.
That is cheap.
That seems cheap for Las Vegas. I've been reading like $1K, $2K. That seems really cheap.
That's hilarious. I can't believe she took $5K. She took $500 from him without his consent, and then he asked her to hang out again.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, this guy's dumb.
This guy is dumb. He's lucky she only took $550.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, if you're passed out and she's Venmoing from your phone, you're lucky it's not like all your freaking bank account.
But also, why message her again?
Literally, why and not realize after you saw $5 and you're like, oh shit, I fucked up. This is more of a TIFU, but I guess you're not the asshole if you don't want to pay her, I would say.
Oh, it's from Am I the Angel?
It is under Am I the Angel subreddit.
Interesting. Am I the Angel?
That makes no sense.
Yeah. Any comments you want to read?
No, they're all shit.
Okay. Yeah, that one's pretty weird.
That was an odd one.
All right, moving on. I have one from AITAH. Am I the asshole for not including my brother-in-law in my wedding party or inviting him to my bachelor party? I'm engaged and getting married relatively soon. For some background, my sister got married last year. Her husband, I'll call him Bill, is a nice, well-intentioned guy, but not super interesting. The main thing he talks about are politics and religion, neither of which I like to discuss. My sister and him don't really have many friends, which is fine. They're happy together. He included me in his wedding party, which is fairly normal as a way to branch out to the family of the person you are marrying, and also asked me to his bachelor party. It ended up being us two, his brother, and one other friend of his. It was a very chill weekend. Nothing too exciting, kind of awkward, fine, but not the way I'd have my bachelor party. For my wedding, I have a best man and 8 groomsmen. We're going to Vegas for my bachelor party in a couple weekends. Apparently, Bill has always wanted to go to Vegas, but it never crossed my mind to invite him, nor would I really want him to hang out with my friends. Of course, I didn't invite him because I had no reason to. Well, my sister asked me yesterday about when I'm asking all my groomsmen, and I told her I already did. She asked why I didn't ask Bill, and I said the thought didn't even cross my mind. She said I'm one of his best friends, which I thought was kind of funny because to me he's just my sister's husband. We haven't spoken in a couple months either. We've golfed together a couple times because his only friend I know of doesn't golf, and then but I wouldn't call him a friend. Okay. Anyways, she's trying to get me to invite him, but I have no interest. My friends that are all going can get pretty rowdy, and I want to get rowdy on my bachelor party too. Meanwhile, Bill will likely just be super awkward and ruin the vibe. Am I the asshole if I stand by my guns and not invite him? If it were the brother of my fiance / future brother-in-law, I would likely invite him, but this is just my sister's husband, who I don't consider myself close with and don't really have much in common with.
Interesting. I don't know. I don't think so. Like, it's your bachelor party. It's supposed to be a good time in your life. I don't think you owe it to anyone to take them along if you don't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Especially someone that only talks about politics and religion. Those are like the two worst things to always be talking about. I mean, I'm not an atheist. I don't know, but like, I'm not political. I don't know. I don't want to insult anybody who loves those things, but from normal people, I feel like those are the two worst things to always be talking about. There's no problem with having your beliefs and everything, but it doesn't need to control your life. So you are already a buzzkill of a person. So no, stick to your guns. Don't invite this person. Are you an asshole? Yeah, but you got to be okay with it. I mean, like you're going to be the asshole to Bill. You're going to be the asshole to your sister, but you have to be okay with that. Are you truly the asshole? Maybe not. You're going to seem like one, but that's okay. You don't need to please everybody.
Okay, I totally agree. He doesn't have to invite whoever he doesn't want to invite, and he shouldn't feel pressured to invite him if he's not his friend. That's totally fine. It's your bachelor party. Invite whoever you want. I just don't like the kind of language he's using. Like, he's kind of like making it seem like he's embarrassed that like he thinks he's my best friend. Like, he's not, it doesn't seem like this guy's very nice, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have a problem being the asshole, this guy.
Yeah.
Poor Bill. Bill just wants to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I do feel sorry for Bill, but
he doesn't owe Bill anything, though.
He doesn't, but
listen, you don't have a responsibility to anybody to make them happy in life. Bill wants to go to Vegas, plan a trip to Vegas with his wife.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not on them to make Bill happy. It's not on them. It's not their responsibility. Mm-hmm. If Bill didn't seem like such a buzzkill, he would be more than welcome to go. But there's a reason why he wasn't on the list, because of the past relations that he's had with this dude. He's not that fun. And he's not something they want to take to Vegas, and they feel like he's going to kill the vibe.
That's fine.
He's not a Vegas person. They don't know him anything.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Top comment is not the asshole, but your responses to Bill seem like you're almost offended that he is trying to be your friend. Saying that it doesn't even cross your mind to include him when he included you, and that it is kind of funny that he thinks that you are his best friend. Come on, he clearly hasn't done himself any favors with his choice of conversation topics, so I feel you there and your bachelor party and it's your wedding. No reason or pressure to include someone that you don't like, but as written, this is giving strong high school jock vibes, which I totally agree.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Yeah, another comment response is, OP is a bro dude for sure, but it sounds like his sister is more interested in Bill going / them being friends than either one of them are. They are golfing a couple times, and he hasn't heard from Bill in months. Honestly, doesn't seem like Bill is too worried about this, and I'm not sure he would even expect him to be invited if this has been their relationship thus far, not the asshole.
Yeah, it could just be the sister.
It does sound like the sister is just kind of interfering and wanting them to get along more than they are, and it sounds like either of them don't really care for the relationship.
Yep,
so.
Exactly.
All right. Moving along.
Okay, back to me. Let's see. I have a thread here from Ask Reddit. Casino workers of Las Vegas. What are some of the craziest moments you witnessed or experienced with your customers? The top comment was from 6 years ago. This is a secondhand story from a lovely lady who was a dealer in Vegas in one of the crappy casinos on Fremont Street. She was dealing at a blackjack table where you can do one of those crazy side bet things on certain rare hand combinations to get a bonus jackpot. Anyways, one guy hit it and won 35 grand. This is a big deal, and he grabbed his cards off the table to show his friends, and the casino invalidated the play because apparently that was against the rules. Anyways, he did not get the winnings and was escorted out crying. Seems unfair to me.
Wait, why did he get escorted?
He touched the cards. He grabbed the cards to show his friends that he won.
What? Why isn't that allowed? Was it after the fact? It was obviously after he won. So
Rule 1, never touch the cards. Rule 2, see rule 1. So in casinos, like I'm always so cautious when you go up to the blackjack table. Like I'm always so nervous, like handing them the cash, asking them for break 100 chip down for 25s or 5s or anything like that. They don't like you touching the table because they don't want any cheating. Now, that being said, they can review the cameras. There's always a camera up right above every single table. They can review the cameras and see what he won. But they are basically using him touching the cards as an easy out, not to pay him, which just sucks. But that's a casino. Like they don't want to pay you out when you win big. They want to take your money. That's what they're there to profit at the end of the day. So yeah, that's a shitty story. Don't touch the cards. If you win, don't touch the cards. Never touch the cards.
I would have not known that.
Poor guy.
That
Poor
sucks.
guy. There's another one here. My uncle was playing slots in Vegas. His very first pull, he won the biggest jackpot, like 30,000 or something. Anyway, he goes to the front to claim it, and turns out he left his ID in the hotel room. The casino tells him that he can either forfeit the winnings or they'll call the cops and he'll be arrested for gambling without an ID. That's a rule? This could have been from a while ago, because now when you go into casino, like you get a slip to print out, but maybe if it's 30,000, it's a little bit different. But I didn't know you're supposed to gamble with ID on you. I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Because if you're underage,
if you're in the
and stuff,
same hotel,
that's just not caring about customer service. And when it's big money like that, they're not there to pay out if they don't have to. They'll go. It's like insurance. They'll go for any loophole.
That's true.
Someone did say that's not a law that exists. You only have to provide ID when claiming the winnings, and ID is not required while playing the game unless the casino needs to verify your age. He could have easily kept the voucher, gone to his room to get his ID, and then come back to claim the window.
Yeah.
That is true. When we were playing blackjack, pretty much every single time I had to lay down my ID. You know what's funny, though, is when I went from one table to the next table, I already had the chip in my hand and they still made me give ID, but I guess you could go back to your hotel room with chips and then kids could get their hands on it. So it does make sense. Every time I sat down, I needed to be ID'd. The funniest one was when they would ID check and they'd take a while because we're Ontario. They're like, how do I read this ID? Is this real? I don't know about ID. They're like, what do I do? Yep. Okay. Your turn.
All right. This one's from AITAH. Am I the asshole for throwing my brother an end of alimony party?
Oh.
My older brother and his ex had a rocky marriage before they finally divorced. To be honest, there were enough faults on both of their parts, so no one could claim the high ground. Because his income was several times higher than hers, the court awarded her alimony. Thankfully, they were married for less than 10 years, so he had to only pay her alimony for half of the years they were married. His last payment to her will happen this month, so the guys and I are planning an end of alimony party for him. We're planning a week-long stay in Vegas at the Wynn, and we'll chip in to fully cover his end. Because we're planning to go at the end of the month, and there were about a dozen guys going, we've been texting and talking to coordinate the trip. When the trip was first planned, I told my girlfriend, and she wasn't happy about it. She wasn't mad that we're having a guys trip because we've taken several vacations before without any issues. She was unhappy with the theme and said that it was in bad taste. I disagree, and we had discussions about it until we agreed to disagree. On Friday, she was using my phone to watch her shows, and one of the guys sent a pic he designed for a shirt we're planning to have made for him to wear. The gist of the design is that he's free of alimony payments and can afford to eat again with some graphics. It was in a group text, and the other guys texted their robust approval. This sent my girlfriend into a rage I've never seen before. We got into a huge argument that lasted all weekend. We even had to cancel dinner plans we had with some friends. I thought our argument was coming to an end this morning, but this morning, while we were getting ready to work, she gave me the silent treatment and completely ignored my questions. Basically, she wants me to cancel the trip and admit that we're being terrible people for celebrating something so painful. I don't want to cancel the trip, and my brother is excitingly looking forward to the end of his payments, so I don't see any pain. I honestly don't know why she's so mad, because none of this has anything to do with her. She doesn't even know the ex, since they divorced before we even met.
That's hilarious. That is amazing. I don't know. I don't think he's the asshole. I think it's hilarious.
I think it's funny too.
I think it's funny. Like, bro, alimony sucks. Okay. Like, getting a divorce, that's the shitty part. maybe you shouldn't be throwing a party to celebrate you're getting divorced. But at the same time, maybe she was a very toxic ex. Like, you have no idea what the relationship is. You're just basing it off of the end of alimony. Like, it's alimony. Like, I don't know. I think he's not the asshole at all. I think his girlfriend's overreacting. I think she's taking this way too far. I think he's doing a great thing for his friend. Paying alimony is depressing. The poor guy has to support another person with his wages that have been getting cut. So I think it's a great thing to celebrate when your life is kind of going back to normal after probably what was nasty divorce if you had to pay alimony and stuff like that.
Yeah, I completely agree. There's no harm in it.
There's no harm in it at all.
There's no harm. It's not like
it's making them feel better. You only live once.
Yeah, I think the girlfriend is overacting.
Good on them for even like making at least he has a good support team. You know, paying his alimony and they want to celebrate him and everything like that. Yeah, it sounds like
he has great friends.
Good on him. Good on him.
There are some edits. Thanks for reading my post and giving your insight. I'm going to answer some questions in this edit. 1. My brother and his ex both worked during their marriage. He's a dentist and she's a teacher, so their income was unbalanced, which was why she was awarded alimony. 2. He didn't actually starve during the alimony years, but his lifestyle was severely impacted. His monthly alimony payments were more than her monthly salary. 3. There were no kids involved. They did not have children together, so there was no child support.
What? Why do you have to pay alimony if there's no kids? I thought alimony was only so that the wife can support the kids because she has to take care of them now.
No, that's child support. Alimony is...
What?
Yeah.
Okay, but why does the higher... Like, if there's no kids involved, why does somebody need to pay alimony? That doesn't even make sense. Like, you have your own job and everything. Why do you need to pay alimony to the other person?
Yeah.
So wait, this could be beneficial because right now you make more money than me. But we're not getting divorced. We don't believe in divorce.
Okay.
I don't understand this.
All right. Number 4. The shirt graphic is of the Monopoly guy pulling both pockets out of his pants to signify he's out of money.
Hells yeah.
Number 5. To my knowledge, my girlfriend never met the ex, and I'm not sure she even knows the name of the ex. We met after my brother's divorce was finalized, and we've been referring to his ex as the ex. We never used her name. 6. My girlfriend's parents are divorced, and this was back in the day. I don't know anything about their alimony or child support because she doesn't talk about it, and I don't want to be pushy with a sensitive topic.
Okay, maybe it hits home with her parents' divorce.
Yeah. So another edit. Thanks for the support. My initial thought was that it had something to do with her parents, but before all of this happened, she never let on that their divorce bothered her since I've known her. Some of you pointed out it could be due to our income gap, and that made much more sense to me. Our income gap is at least as much as my brother and his ex, and is probably even greater. If I look at this whole thing from that perspective, then everything makes sense. I don't know what I'm going to do with the party.
I'm still confused. So even if they got married and then got divorced, he has to pay alimony to her. Why does the higher earner have to pay money to the lower earner after the divorce?
I think it's like splitting your assets too. Like,
well, it's not an asset though. It's just your monthly income.
I'm not actually sure.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure, but
that seems a little unfair.
I guess maybe because they were in a joint partnership, like they were married, so maybe she was relying on his income as well. So I don't really know how it works, but
I hope she set herself up for when those payments stop, because now she's going to be relying on her wage.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Top comment, he fulfilled his obligation. He did it in a timely fashion. Like other financial obligation, he should celebrate its end. A student loan, a mortgage payment, not the asshole.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's not the asshole at all. And I think the girlfriend might just be a little bit insecure. She's projecting about her insecurity about their income gap.
Yeah. They're not even married.
Yeah. All right.
Jeez.
Moving along.
Jeez. All right, I got one. This one comes from the Las Vegas subreddit. It's posted 2 years ago by Stout933. Give me your best Las Vegas story. Here's mine. Mid-90s, me and my buddy just got off work at 3 p.m. in Minneapolis. Went to the bar and started drinking and watched the MLB playoffs. About 9 p.m. an ad came on for Las Vegas on the TV. Me and my buddy looked at each other and said, let's go. We drove to the airport and bought one-way flights to Vegas with cash, no luggage. Flights left at 10:30 p.m. We got a beer right away on the flight. Talked to a guy sitting next to us that was sales guy from New York. He said to go play the Majestic Lions slots at MGM. We passed out shortly thereafter. Next thing I know, I wake up and I see the Luxor outside my window on the plane. I was hungover and said to my buddy, "What the hell did we just do? I just wanted to be home in my bed." Took a cab to the MGM. Me and my buddy each had only $100. We found the Majestic Lions, and within an hour, we each won about $300. The guy from the plane was right. Started playing blackjack with $100 chips. Was up about $700 or so. Got the best hand dealt in the history of mankind. Had a pair of eights dealt to me. Dealer had a 6 showing. Split the eights. Got another 8 and a 3. Split the eights. Doubled on the 3. Got another 8 and hit a 10 on the double. Long story short, ended up having 8 separate hands out at $100 each. I had all my money on the table. My buddy looked at me and just shook his head. I looked at the dealer and he said I was playing it the only way I could. Dealer busts and I win it all. About 3 a.m. we started looking for a room. No rooms available. Dead tired. We ended up at the Sahara but couldn't check in until 9 a.m. or something. We both ended up sleeping on the couches in the lobby. Shoes off, drunk, sleeping in the Sahara lobby. Booked a flight home for later in the day. Many other things that happened that trip, but wanted to keep this somewhat short. Best day/night ever. That's an epic story.
That is pretty epic.
Dude won big on a last minute trip to Vegas. Prayed big on that blackjack hand. That's pretty epic. Oh, I like that story.
Yeah, sounds like you got lucky.
Yeah, he got
We needed
real
some of that
lucky.
luck.
I did not get lucky on our trip. I lost like $700, $600. No, it was like $700 when we were gambling there. We gambled at the Planet Hollywood, a little bit at the Aria. First night I played blackjack, $100, went up to $150, back down to nothing. And then another time I went, lost $150 with you on like the second night. Within like 10 minutes of $25 hands, they just kept going down and down and down. I'd never had such bad blackjack luck. It was terrible.
Yeah,
Not
the
to
odds were
mention,
not in our
yeah,
favor.
sorry?
The odds were not in our favor.
The odds were not in our favor. Teresa did a little bit of slot gambling, kept giving her some money. She won a little bit, and then went down a little bit, kept giving her 20s, and she kept losing them. They kept sinking into the machine. She didn't want to play blackjack, even though there was a spot open beside me, so she was just chilling with me. But the worst thing was just like the smoke. It was just so bad. Like I wasn't drunk. Teresa wasn't drunk, so we were pretty much sober gambling, and the smoke was just so terrible.
Yeah, I hated this. That was the worst part, honestly. Like, it made me not want to stay in there. Maybe if there wasn't so much smoking, I would have played a little bit more on the slots, but it was... I hated it. I felt like I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. I think you have one more story?
I think I have 2.
2. Okay, let's get into your stories. We'll get through yours. I got one more. Give me your best Las Vegas story, and then we can just talk a little bit about how our trip was.
Okay. So this is from Just No Mother-in-Law. Just No MIL. That's what the thread is called. Future mother-in-law bought tickets for future husband, 26, and I, 27 female. Vegas elopement without asking us. I don't know if this belongs here, but here it goes. For background, future husband and I have been together for about 10 years. We always knew we wanted to get married, but we're never big on weddings, if that makes sense. We moved in together in 2019 once I finished nursing school, and he proposed to me in 2020. We knew even then that we couldn't afford a big wedding, and my future husband's family is very compared to mine. I think there's a word missing there. Very well off, maybe, compared to mine.
Well off.
Both our families mentioned Vegas at that time, but ultimately we postponed the wedding due to other issues. This year, me and my future husband decided we wanted to get married and wanted to keep our original date. We decided to elope to Vegas. We also decided to tell our immediate families as to not blindside them with the news. We told them 2 weeks prior to the elopement. 2 days after we told future mother-in-law, she texted us telling us that she had bought herself airplane tickets, and she stated that she would only be there for the wedding and will stay out of the way. I was hurt that my mom is unable to attend the wedding because of 1, money, 2, can't speak English enough to travel by herself without layovers. But I understood that his mom wants to attend. The issue for me comes for when she spoke to my future husband, she told him his brothers would also attend, and his grandma was unable to attend due to a prior appointment she couldn't miss. Also, they would stay in Vegas throughout the duration of our stay. This would make me feel alone. In addition, future mother-in-law could have asked my mother to join them in their flight, and it would not be an issue, but she did not do that. She only thought about her family. I don't know what to do. Help.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, it's not really her responsibility to ask about the other parents and stuff. Like, it's a nice gesture and everything. It's not definitely her responsibility. I'm conflicted. I don't know.
I also find it weird that like she just bought the tickets without asking. Like,
Right?
she just bought the tickets. Like, it doesn't sound like she was even invited. It sounded like they just wanted it to be them two, and then the mother-in-law kind of invited herself and the whole family.
Yeah, I mean, eloping is when you go without your family.
Exactly. So no, I do think that it was supposed to be just them two, because what's making this OP sad is that her mom can't come. So that's
Yeah.
why she just wants it to be them two. She doesn't want her husband or her future husband's mom to be there and her mom not to be there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Tell them
it
to
makes
stay
sense.
home.
Yeah, it makes sense
Why-
for it just to be them
They
two
didn't.
then.
They didn't ask you to come. Why'd you buy a ticket? They didn't ask you. They said.
Yeah.
They didn't
it's
ask you. They didn't tell you where they were staying or anything like that.
Yeah. It just sounds like very entitled and kind of
Literally.
I don't know. Okay. Top comment. Oh, sorry. There's an update. I was speaking with my future husband if possibly his mom could escort my mom throughout the airplane and if we could have her information. She said, yeah. And 30 minutes later or so, she just texted us saying she won't be coming to the wedding. So I guess that's that.
Are plane tickets not non-refundable? I'm still confused.
It depends. You can buy the option to refund them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Well, okay, so top comment, let's read this. Watch out, she's still going to show up in Vegas. Don't give her any more details, dates, or times for your trip. Change them. Get married at home, your mom can be witness. Don't tell mother-in-law till the last minute, though. And honeymoon in Vegas. Shift the days of your trip if possible, etc. You could always block her number temporarily or leave your phones off while getting married in Vegas. She has no reason to be contacting you. Turn them back on after the ceremony just to be safe. Yeah, it sounds weird that like after she asked her mom, like she asked her mother-in-law to help her mom, she said, "Oh, actually, we're not going to go. We're canceling."
And then if she did show up,
Sounds sketchy.
that is unforgivable.
Yeah.
That would be, oh, at the last minute we decided we were going to come. No, that's
Surprise.
unforgivable. We
Yeah.
asked you, you said no, or you said yes, and then you decided to cancel, and then you just show up. Unforgivable, that would be.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let's move along. You have one more?
No, you can go next. Actually,
Oh.
you know what? Yeah, I'll do mine.
Okay.
Okay, so this is still from the same thread. Give me your best Vegas story. So the next one. I have a lot of Las Vegas stories, but my favorite was when I was 17. Thanksgiving weekend in the late 90s. I'd only been 17 for a week or so. My dad had been single for about a year, and we had got some Thanksgiving dinner you make in the oven. We had a small oven, and it took forever to cook everything. We had started early and didn't even make half the sides. Everything was terrible. My dad had just watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas for the first time about a week before. He loved it, and we watched it again during cooking and dinner. About an hour after we finished the meal, my dad was about 8 to 10 beers deep for the day. I jokingly suggested we go to Vegas that night. My dad said, "Too bad you have to work tomorrow." But I didn't have to, and I let him know that. Another hour goes by, and he says, "Fuck, are you serious? You want to go?" And we grabbed our stuff, hopped in my truck, and left. At the time, we lived about 3.5 hours away from Palm Springs. We drove straight there, only stopping on little side roads so my dad could relieve himself from all the beer he was drinking. We arrive, and now what do? My dad lets me have a beer or two at home, as he has been a cool parent, but I had no idea what I was in for. The last 10 minutes before we parked, I was getting a pep talk. Sound older, act right, make them think you belong there, and don't get caught. We parked at Tropicana, south end of the strip, and we started walking. We hit Ever Casino on the west side of the strip, and all the way up to the Mecca, we were making our pilgrim to Circus Soleil, or Circus. Along the way, we were drinking, gambling, and my dad was smoking like a chimney. We had reached Caesar's Palace around midnight, and by this time, I was ready for a cigar. Something I had always thought was cool. I told my dad I want a cigar, but I bet it's too late. He laughed and said, "This is Vegas. We can find anything 24/7 here." Within a minute, I saw a security guard, and as my dad tells the story, I proceeded to ask the security guard, "Excuse me, fine sir, where could a couple of gentlemen like me and my father find a cigar at this hour?" The security guard obliged and gave us directions to a smoke shop in the building. 5 minutes and $25 later, we had our cigars. I like to think that the glue that held us together that night was something my dad did at the first casino we walked into. New York, New York. We walked towards the Big Apple bar, and my dad said, "Hang out right here. What do you want to drink?" "Whiskey sour," I shouted, as he walked towards the bar. On his return, he said that the only one I was getting from him, and I needed to figure out how to get the rest after that. I quickly did. We would walk into a casino, find the nickel slots and pump a few dollars, collect a coin bucket, wait for the waitress and get a drink and move on. All the way up and back down the strip, never being questioned about my age, no one asking for ID. We were almost back at my truck, stopped into the Tropicana and had a stack of about 15 coin buckets, no longer lit cigar in my mouth and no drink in hand. That's when it unraveled. Changed lady, about 55 years old, zeroed in on me. She had seen my type 1,000 times in her career, and it was only my dad and myself at her slots. She shot straight over and asked my age. I confidently ignored her. After her second request, I said 22 as I looked over and my dad was hitting the exit. I knew I was on my own. I hit collect on my $1 or $2, but she blocked me from scooping on my coins. I grabbed my buckets and headed for the door. Just outside, I found my dad dying of laughter. We went to the truck to catch some Z's, and we had no hotel plans. Slept a few hours and woke up to my dad calling a childhood friend who he knew was living in Las Vegas. We met his buddy for breakfast, and they catch up as I experienced the driest throat from drinking endless whiskey sours. We've decided it's time to head home, but I wanted to do one last thing. Ride the roller coaster at New York, New York. My dad, who doesn't ever do anything like that, agrees, and we make our way over there. We take the ride and have a blast. My dad even rides it with me. I had been eyeing Nathan's hot dogs and wanted to eat again before the drive home. It was like I'd never had a hot dog in my life. We started heading home, and before State Line, my dad was hyping me up to ride the coaster at Buffalo Bills. We had to make a stop again and have a blast. We went to the outlets, and my dad bought some shirts and then bought me a Timberland jacket that I've been wanting for a while. We got home a little after dark, an adventure I would never forget. That's awesome.
Well, that is awesome. That's really
From the
risky
90s.
for him not to.
It was from the 90s.
I guess, yeah. It was
Everything
a
was,
different time.
you did risky back then. Everything was risky.
Yeah.
The one thing I missed when we went to Las Vegas is there was no like put your quarter in, pull the slot machine and have quarters ring out. Everything's so digital. It was almost made the slots boring a little bit.
Well, I've never experienced coin slot
Neither
machines.
have I. I've just seen it on TV and it looks so fun. The biggest one I remember was from the movie Rat Race. I love that movie.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, we watched it. It's the one with the casino where the casino people pay people to like run across the country to win $1 million or some bunch of money. But like they all got
Oh, yes, I remember.
and they're all
that
from
one,
like different stories. The one chick with the helicopter and everything. Oh, that one was hilarious. But they did the casino thing and the coin came out and they're like, special coin, go here to redeem it.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, with your last story.
All right. This one is from True Off My Chest. I want to talk about this experience I had in Vegas. I just got home from Vegas. I am a 21-year-old girl. I have received every warning you could imagine about going out and drinking, multiple times from different people. Watch your drink. Don't leave your drink. Cover your drink with your hand. If you turn away, don't talk to strangers. Stay in a group or at least with one other person, etc. All of those warnings swirled in my head as we walked into this club. Wednesday night, I had met up with girls and we went to this club. I ended up getting not really blackout drunk, but definitely fall down drunk. I have a spotty memory of the night. My friend who got me back to my hotel room helped me stitch together some more of it. Now, when I get drunk, I am very happy, affectionate drunk. I like talking to people. I like to meet people. I'm that drunker who is complimenting everyone and stopping to talk to people. On the way back to my hotel room with my friend half dragging me back because the world was spinning and I was stopping to stare every 2 seconds, apparently we ran into these two guys. Cue my friendly drunk ass. Hey, where are you all heading? The more sober one. We're trying to get to hotel name redacted. Me. Oh, that's where we're going. You should come with us. My friend. No, Harp. Oh, okay, whatever. Fuck it. We start walking back to the hotel again, and they apparently put two and two together and realized how drunk I was. So we're walking and talking, and we finally get into a food court above the casino, and the more sober guy asks his drunk friend and goes, "Yo, we gotta get these ladies to their hotel room because her friend isn't going to be able to keep dragging her." The more drunk one nodded. Stop. I know what everyone's thinking. I fell backwards into a sitting position on the escalator. The sober guy was like, "Oh no, sweetie, come on, you gotta get up. I got you." I fell down onto the casino floor. My friend and these two guys pulled me up back. I fell down again in the elevator up to the room. "Come on up. Here we go." I fumbled with the hotel key card, and the guy took it from my hand a second in the door, opening my room. Then he handed my friend the card, wished us a good night, and shut the bedroom door behind us as they left. And I never saw them again. I even tried looking for them a few times the next day so sober me could thank them. I had been told that guys were going to try to drug me and kidnap me. I had been warned over and over again. These guys were in total advantage because my friend and I were way too drunk, myself being the worst of the two. Sorry. And they just helped me and my friend get back to the hotel room and went about their way. Two complete and total strangers who were men helped my friend and I didn't hurt either of us. The one guy even held my hand so I wouldn't trail off or fall behind. So I just want to share a story about two good guys in the middle of Vegas helping out two drunk girls and making sure they were safe. Because not every guy is evil and not every person is out to get you.
Wow. It's an interesting story.
Yeah.
I'm glad they made it safe. I'm glad those men were gentlemen. I mean, I would do the same thing if I was in their position. If I saw, whenever I've been at high school parties or anything like that, and there's always somebody who was too drunk, I always felt like I needed to look out for them and make sure they got back or with their friends or anything like that, kind of a little bit of protectiveness. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of creeps in the world.
Yes.
And I think they got off lucky here.
Yes.
And I don't think this story is saying that you should go and put yourself in that situation and you'll be fine, because that's definitely the time where you shouldn't be putting yourself in that situation. I'm happy that everything was okay for her, but there is probably 1,000 to 1 stories of people not being okay, and they are not posting those not okay stories on Reddit. They're not going to tell about the terrible time that they have, and they're not going to relive it through typing it. So it's one thing that you're doing this on here, but don't think that this is any excuse that you should be able to get away with it. Don't put yourself in that situation. Even if you're a guy, don't put yourself in the situation where you can't take care of yourself, because you will get taken advantage of. You'll get robbed. You'll just get taken advantage of. You've seen so many things, especially with social media now, of clips of people who are too drunk and put themselves in the wrong position. And just don't do that stuff. There's no need. If you're gonna get that drunk, make sure you're in a safe environment. Don't be getting that drunk in public.
Yeah, there are definitely good people out there, but this is, I think, the exception.
I think this is the exception. There are some good people out there, a lot of good people, but I think there's also a lot of nasty people. And if you're going to find those bad people, it's going to be in Las Vegas. Keep your head on a swivel, go out, have a few drinks, but I don't think you should be getting yourself uncomprehendable or, just wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't stand up, that's a sign. That's a sign to stop drinking.
Agreed. All right. That's all I have.
All right, so that's all the stories we're having. So we can just talk a little bit about our trip to Vegas. Once again, thank you, honey, for taking me to Las Vegas for a surprise birthday party. I found out on Christmas, and then on the 27th, we were flying out. Love Delta, by the way.
Oh.
Not paid sponsor, but we had a really good time with Delta. It was our first Delta trip. If anybody from Delta is listening, you send us an email. We'll put your ads in all of our podcasts because it was a great time. We got a free upgrade on our connection flight to Comfort Plus.
Got 3 upgrades.
Yep. Second flight, so we flew into New York and then we flew to Vegas. So it was a little bit longer, but it was okay. Cheapest flight that we could get, Teresa could find. And I know she did her research. First flight, we got upgraded to Comfort Plus on the small plane. Second plane, we were sitting down. We were near the emergency exit. And they're like, anybody want to take the emergency exit? And we remembered from our California trip, if you ever get volunteered to do the emergency exit, take it. If you are in a situation where you need to open the emergency door, one, you're going to want to be there first. Two, it might not even matter anyway. So that you get more leg room in the emergency exit sections. So with the tiny amount of leg room that planes have, definitely take advantage of that. And then Delta was even like, we'll give you a $25 credit and you get 2,000 air miles for it, and your food will be comped on us. So we got free sandwiches that were delicious, by the way, too.
They were.
Free sandwiches on the way there.
Yeah, it was like we were doing them a favor.
Yeah.
We were like, whoa, we just opted in because of the free
We knew there was more leg room, and then we were like, bam, credit, bam, free food.
Yeah,
we got it right away, too. They came to us first, like, hey, you want food? And we're like, yeah. Boom. They're like, we're going to comp it for you. And it wasn't even like when the food trolley came around, they're like, oh, okay. And then you had to tell them, oh, they said we'll get free food. No, they like came right up to us as soon as they could start serving food. They're like, hey, what do you guys want? And they got it for us. We felt like we were in first class. It was amazing.
It was really nice.
And then on the way back, we got upgraded on our second connecting flight too.
To Comfort
from Minneapolis to Toronto, and that was nice. So that was really nice. So then,
yeah, everything was really good with Delta.
Yeah, I like
service
that.
was great. Got upgraded.
Las Vegas airport was super cool. As soon as you land, you find slots machines everywhere. It was super easy to exit out. There was no customs or anything. We did end up taking a taxi to the hotel instead of an Uber because it was basically the same price, and the taxis were all right there and they were lined up and ready to go. We stayed at the Planet Hollywood. We liked it. It was a great hotel. Biggest thing we didn't like was just the smoking in the casino. So I think I would try to stay at MGM Grand if you're not a smoker.
No, it was Park MGM.
Park MGM if you're not a smoker. And then Teresa, we went and explored. Went and saw Bellagio fountain and stuff. And then Teresa got me sloshed off of the daiquiri bars. The daiquiri bars are very popular there.
That was all
Walked by and she's like, oh, look, that's a daiquiri bar. You should have one. I'm like, oh, that sounds okay, cool. Sounds cool to me. Got one. Grey Goose. Okay. And then it's empty. She's like, we should find you another one. And she helped me. Like, we went and found one. We literally went walking around and we found another one.
You said you wanted
filled
another
it up.
one.
Yeah, but then you weren't just like, oh, yeah, whatever. You like insisted.
I helped you. I didn't insist.
Good team partner there.
This is take responsibility for your drunkenness.
I got sloshed, and then Teresa took me to dinner at, where'd we go?
Super Frico.
Super Frico.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. And then I come around the corner, and my sister and her husband are there, and I'm like, I wave, and then I'm like, wait, what the fuck? You guys said you're going to Mexico for New Year's. So Teresa had planned the whole time to surprise me with my sisters. One of them made it, one of them couldn't make it. And then the next day we went out exploring with them, rode the zip line, went on the Ferris wheel, went to, what was the place we went for dinner that night?
We went to a gun range too.
Oh shit, yeah, we went to the gun range first thing in the morning. That was epic. Shot some guns at a gun range at Adventure Mountain. That was sweet.
Yeah.
That was super exciting.
It was Adrenaline Mountain.
Adrenaline Mountain. That's what it was. They had a lot more than gun ranges there. You could blow up some cars and ATV buggies and stuff like that. What did I shoot? I shot the Glock 14. Teresa's never shot a gun before. I had. Been a long time. So I had a Glock 17, and then I had an M4 because I'm a Call of Duty player, and then I did a sniper rifle at the end. And then Teresa started out with,
I have no idea.
I think it was a handgun that was just had the smallest bullets possible, like an old cowboy gun that was like less than a 22 or something, because it sounded like a cap gun was going off. There was no recoil on it at all. With a Glock 17.
Wait, what's the recoil?
When you shoot it and it comes back towards you.
Oh, okay. No, because I had to like click it down.
Yeah, that's the.
What does that mean?
I forget what it's called, but it's
Okay,
resetting the firing pin on the,
Okay.
the
I like that one.
arm or something. Yeah,
It wasn't like a baby one.
It was a
My
baby
second
one.
one was a baby one.
no, they're both baby ones. So the first one was a baby pistol, and the second one was a 22. It looked like an M4, but it just shot 22 caliber bullets, and that was just like ping, ping, ping. That was fun. And then the third
one was
we both did
bigger.
snipers.
Yeah.
The snipers were fun.
It was fun.
I like the
That
snipers.
one pushed me back a little
Yeah,
bit.
that one was on a tripod. Nice, easy stand.
Yeah. It
That was a
fun.
great time.
And I got some hits.
You did get some hits.
Yeah.
I got some hits. That was
That
cool.
was good.
And maybe, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind getting a rifle or a shooting gun, just to go to a shooting range to practice targets. Because it was interesting of, like, trying to shoot and then seeing where the bullet landed and then, doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't mind just to do, like, kind of like golf. Like, you go, you keep it safe, you pack it, and you just go to the shooting range and you just go for aiming and stuff like that. Basically, a decent hobby. You can definitely see why some people have that as just a hobby. But then after that, we went back. Did we do the zip line that day? Was it the next day? So we did the zip line. The zip line over the little
Promenade
the link. It was $56
US.
US.
Each.
So kind of expensive. A little bit of a long line. Took us about 40 minutes to get on it. A little bit of a long line. I wouldn't say it was a must do. It seems cooler from the outside when you're actually on it. Couldn't hold the GoPro or anything like that. Is it really worth it? I would probably pass on that
Probably
next time.
pass, yeah.
You definitely want to do the high roller Ferris wheel. That was 100% worth it. It was called the high roller
Oh, yeah,
at the
you're
links,
right,
the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
That was 100% worth it. They even had a section for an open bar. I was down for it, but nobody else was drinking, so we didn't.
We saw Proposal
We did see a proposal there.
in the.
That was cool. That's going to be in our
Ferris
vlog.
wheel.
If you guys want to see our vlog about our trip, I'll link down our personal YouTube, or you can just search us on YouTube at Denver and Teresa. You could see the sphere. That was amazing.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. And then we went to dinner at Where'd we go that night? Spago?
Spago and the Bellagio, which was amazing.
Absolutely amazing. Kat requested close to the fountain. So we had beautiful pictures of the fountain. The fountain was going off. The Bellagio fountain was going off the whole time. That was fantastic.
It
Love
was
that.
an amazing experience.
That was
The
amazing.
service was great. The food was amazing.
Yep.
Everything about that restaurant was amazing. We will
Exactly.
definitely go back.
And then the next day, we walked 30,000 steps on the last day?
27,000.
27,000. So we walked from Planet Hollywood. Where'd we go first?
We went
Was
down,
it New York, New York?
Yeah.
So-
Well, we made some stops in like the mall,
Yeah.
near the Aria. We
did a lot of walking. I love how everything has different themes. All the hotels are different themes. Totally Las Vegas, like to the nines. Like New York, New York. Like one hotel building that looks like a bunch of New York skyscrapers was the best thing I've ever seen. I think that was my favorite one. The Pyramid one was pretty cool. Caesar's Palace was wicked. And then the New York roller coaster we did was a lot of fun. We did that. And that was only $25.
That was worth it.
5 times the value of that.
And the line
zip
went
line.
pretty
The line went pretty
fast.
quick. It took about 25 minutes to get to the line. It's funny how you go through an arcade in order to get to the roller coaster.
Yeah.
And we walked all the way down to the Vegas sign. You go to the Vegas sign, there is a 40-minute wait to get to the front, or you can just kind of go to the left or the right side of the sign. And if you don't mind a couple people being in your picture, you can get the Vegas sign, maybe Photoshop them out, versus waiting in this like self-made line. No, it's just a tourist attraction. It's just people lining up with no real authority or anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So we passed the line.
Yep.
And
by this point, I am so tired. We had walked
walked a
12,000
lot.
steps at this point, 15,000. So we took an Uber back up to the Sphere, went to the Sphere. That was pretty cool. We saw the postcard to Planet Earth, which was basically
Postcards to Earth.
a story on how we're killing Earth, basically,
Yeah.
and how we had to leave the planet, which will probably happen one day when they figure out space travel. I don't know, a big spacey. We need to do an episode on space.
We do.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And then pretty much the next day it was time to go home. After the Sphere, we just walked around.
Wait,
and
where did we go
wandered.
for dinner? Oh, we went to the Eiffel Tower.
Oh yeah, we went to the Eiffel Tower restaurant.
Yeah.
Fantastic
That one was
service,
also
fantastic
awesome.
food, good view from that one as well. You also got to see the Bellagio. Like anywhere around the Bellagio, Planet Hollywood was probably one of the best. Flamingo, we went to the show. We went to see
Oh, we went to a burlesque
show on the second night. That was a lot of fun. That was good. It was like better than a strip club.
Yeah.
There's some titties.
It was an ex-burlesque, so it was more
Ex-burlesque.
scandalous.
Yes, very scandalous. A lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Honestly, the whole trip was
Vegas was a vibe. Definitely can't wait
amazing.
to go back. If you haven't been, you need to go. Those are our
Yes.
recommendations for if you are going to Vegas. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. We are done. Once again, I'm Denver. This is
And I'm
Teresa.
Teresa.
This has been Thread Talk, and we'll see you
Yes.
guys on the next episode.